Today, I have two books to share with you to end our celebration of a month where we recognize people with disabilities and the accomplishments that they have made. The first book I want to share with you is called All the Way to the Top. This book is available in grades 3 through 5 morning meeting buckets, and I'm sure that those teachers will share them around our campus if you want to use it. This is a true story. It is about Jennifer Chaffins, who participated as an activist to get the ADA, or the Americans with Disabilities Act, passed. She was very young. Her first rally to protest was when she was 6 years old. And she has become an activist and still is involved because we still have a long way to go before everything is accessible to people with disabilities. The message in this book was very clear from the very beginning. In the first few pages, she tells of a time when she went to school and her grandfather was pushing her in a wheelchair. There was no place for her to leave the curb. There was a very big drop, which when her grandfather put the wheelchair down, really jarred her. But then when she got to school, she was stopped by the stairs that led into the school. The school says Jennifer doesn't belong there because she uses a wheelchair. That was the message that she got when she saw that there was no accessible way for her to enter the building. Throughout the story, it tells different things that people have done to bring these problems to the forefront. But the most exciting part of this book, and the reason it's called All the Way to the Top, is because she took part in the Capitol Crawl, which was where people with disabilities actually went to the steps of the Capitol and crawled up the steps. Here is a picture of her crawling up the steps. She may be small, but her voice was mighty. And of course, the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed. As I said, we still have a long way to go, but this is a great book for many reasons. One, the message it sends, that we need to make everyone welcome, not just by saying hello and smiling at them, but making sure that they have accessible ways to enter our buildings and to participate in everything that people who don't have handicaps have available to them. Another reason this is a really good book is because it is a great way to show students how a story, a narrative, can be nonfiction. Also, there is a lot of information about disabilities and how to make the problems that people who can't walk, who can't see, who can't hear, will be able to access everything that they need to live a life that is full and joyful. And it's also a plea for activists. And there are ways that our students can get involved and be activists, writing letters, even just building the awareness. There are also a lot of text features, such as timelines, that make students aware of how we can identify these text features in literature and make them available so that we can better understand the text itself. That's the first one. The second one is a book called A Basketball Game. Sports embody the power to unite people from all walks of life in very powerful ways. We believe in a future where every single person is represented and affirmed and valued for their talents. This story tells about a little girl who gets up one morning and says, I want to make a dream team of girls to play on my basketball team. So she thinks about all of the friends that she has, and she wants to access their unique capabilities. So she sits down and she names her team the Wake Warriors and writes down all of the characteristics that she would like for her friends to have. I see the word curious spelled incorrectly, and I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe that really is a U, not an O. But how did they let that get by the editing? As I turned the page, I realized that the little girl in the story is dyslexic. And so her mom helps her fix her spelling. She picks each person on her team because she wants somebody that's hardworking. She wants somebody that's creative. She wants somebody that's lightning quick. So she gets her friend who's in a wheelchair and loves sports. She also has somebody who is brave and courageous, her friend who is fighting cancer. As the story is told, many children who have asthma, who are in wheelchairs, who have autism, who have many challenges in their lives. But it also highlights the very creative and unique ways that they find to accept those challenges with courage and with hope. One of the things, again, that I really loved about this is that she talks about how her friend who has autism and uses a hearing aid is very detailed oriented, and how that really adds to their team. It is also a book that illustrates every culture, as you can see by the cover. It's a very diverse and unique bunch of girls from all different backgrounds who really exude and exhibit the power of tolerance, friendship, and optimism. I hope you will avail yourself of this book and share it with your students. It is truly a gift to read. I have several copies of this book, as does Ms. Gleason and Ms. Winwahan in their lesson study book boxes. So if you need it, just let me know and I will make sure that you can have a copy to share with your class. Next month, we will be celebrating the Indigenous people of our world. And I will be bringing you not only beautiful books, but a lot of ways that we can celebrate Indigenous people in our classrooms. Thank you very much.